Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we got a special day in here because we're promoting local business, and we have two awesome guys here from Paramount Turf, your local landscaping company. We got Jim Nietubicz and Brad Anderson in the podcast studio today. Gentlemen, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So today we're talking landscaping. We're talking everything from design to trends to, what's some stories that you guys might have. But I want to get to know you guys a little bit more. Amy, my wife, introduced you guys to me, and I want to get to know you guys more better. So
awesome.
So what inspired you guys to get into a landscaping business together?
Well, it's funny you say that. So I went to school at the University of Delaware for plant science, and then after I graduated there, I went to Penn State for turfgrass management. And every year, I'd usually get a phone call from two people, my dad and Brad, and they'd be like, "Hey, what do we need to do this year?" So it's kind of like, all right, let's walk through. You're going to do this, this, and this. Mm-hmm. And, I check on them 3-4 months later. I'm like, so how's it going? I'm like, well, we didn't do step one yet. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, now we got to wait till the next year to get back on it. So it started off as kind of like a joke, helping them out and like trying to walk them through. And then it was right before COVID, I think, where Brad was like, hey, we should turn this into something. We should turn this into let's write turf management programs for people, like help them know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. Okay. So obviously it started with two of my guinea pigs with my dad and Brad. And started off pretty well. Then COVID hit. And so we were kind of like, hey, this is actually a good thing because people are still going out to Home Depot and Lowe's. But when they go out to these big box stores and they just go, oh, that's a bag of I should put that bag of fertilizer. Well, let me get 2 bags of fertilizer because it's better than one. And it's not the right tactic. It's not the right thing to do.
Okay.
So we're like, we need to educate people. We want to help them out. And so that's like writing these turf management programs and starting Paramount Turf in that direction was really the route that we thought we were going to go.
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple more years, then we decided to get actually back into the service side of things. And that's kind of like where we are at now. We still help people out. We have a friend down in Virginia. I have some friends out in Michigan that we still kind of help guide them through and, hey, go to this store, buy it. It's on this shelf in this aisle. Like we walk them all through that stuff.
Yeah.
But what we found is staying, because we're both Hartford County guys, staying locally and spreading out from there. It's just the connections that we've made so far, the clients that we've gotten over the last couple of years, it's just been awesome. It's been rooted pretty well, I guess pun intended.
Oh, that's a good one.
So.
Clip that.
So that's the direction we decided to go, and it's on paper we are a landscape company, but specializing in turf care.
Interesting. And Brad, he must have had some good skill coming into this to be able to want to do a joint venture with him.
Yeah, I think, Jim's kind of right. I mean, I spent like 20 years running sales teams for a publishing company down in Baltimore. It's like the world's largest financial publisher. So I was selling information.
Yeah.
And I moved from a townhouse in Abingdon to 5 acres over by Churchville. Okay. And I, like you said, I called him. I was like, what do I do with all this grass?
Yeah, right.
And so he had, the turf grass management degree. He won't say it, but I will. He worked at the #1 golf course in the world for 4 years.
Oh, which one was that?
Pine Valley.
Oh.
And I say it, he doesn't. Okay. And I say it all the time.
He's just a humble guy.
I'm the sales guy.
Right. Yeah, right. You got to sell that up a little bit.
So I spent my days, selling all this information, and I'm like, Jim, I'm calling you, asking you what to do. Mm-hmm. Your dad's calling you. Everybody says, hey, Jim, what do I have to do? I'm like, we need to put this into a business. And long story short, we kind of tried that a little bit. And I think last year we both found ourselves in a spot where we wanted to do it, but I think we also had to do it. I had always imagined myself as an entrepreneur, and I'm like, it's now or never.
Okay.
Jim had worked for some other companies, and I don't know if he would say this, but I think he might be a bad employee. But that's rooted in he has standards, and he knows what is right and how to do it.
Yeah.
So it was like, look, we've known each other since high school. It's now or never. Let's just do it. And we're doing it.
And this is your primary business now, guys?
Yeah.
Or is it's not like a side hustle or anything?
No, and I think that's where the sort of the information side of things kind of failed for us, because it was kind of a side hustle and we needed to do other things.
Right.
And we made this decision sort of over the winter, like, if we're going to do it, it's going to need to take our full time and attention. And we just said, it's time. Let's just do it.
Took a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and how did your wives feel about all that when that was taking place? I mean, that's a lot of risk on your family.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were both very supportive.
Okay.
I mean, I know mine was, I know Marcy was, and it was, I think that they both saw that we were generally unhappy in our previous careers.
Yeah.
And it was like, my wife would say all the time, like, you're miserable.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want to do. And I'm kind of the same story for Jim. And it was just like, just go do it. Just full support.
If it wasn't for Marcy's support, my family's support, obviously, you know, Brad and his wife and his kids, I'm the godfather to three of his his three children.
Okay.
So like it's not only doing it for myself, for Marcy, and for the rest of my family, it's for Brad, it's for Aaron and his three kids. So it's kind of like when we go out every single day, we're doing it for all of our families, and at the same time to make sure that the client's happy at the end. And that's where like it's all like full circle at that point for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think anytime at some point, if you're doing something that's entrepreneurial, you got to take like this big jump. You have to take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And you need that support behind you. I don't think you can be successful without it. You know, just
No, because it's you know, they're different tough days now, right?
Yeah.
Before it was like, you know, there's a paycheck, but like you're not fulfilled, and you're frustrated. Now I think that we can both say we're much more fulfilled and satisfied, but now it's let's build a paycheck.
Yeah.
So there's always an imbalance somewhere, right? And now we're in control. We have a path. We know what we want to create.
Yeah.
We have the full support of all of our families, and we like what we do.
and you like each other.
Still.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Still golf with each other. So I mean that's saying something.
So when he's out on the golf course, is he like, yeah, they need to really work on this fairway here?
He usually gets down on his knees and he's like,
Huh. Is this Bermuda or
yeah. He's like, it's actually Zoysia. I'm like,
Zoysia. What? Where's
No,
Zoysia from?
there's
How do
a,
you spell
but
that?
you know, but see, the thing is now it's like permeated into me.
Yeah.
So if I play golf without him, I send him pictures. I'm like, look at this. This is terrible over here. And he's like, oh man, they missed this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, but how do I fix my swing?
Yeah. Man, if we could figure that out, geez, we would be so much better off.
Yeah, he's good at grass and golf. I still haven't beaten him in 25 years.
Okay.
This episode is sponsored by the Markland Advantage with Cummings & Company Realtors. When you're ready to make a move, give us a call. We'd love to help you out in the buying and selling process. If you'd like more information, simply message us or email tim@themarklandadvantage.com. Now back to the show.
So other than golf and other than lawn care, are there other services that you guys provide? And I know you don't provide golf, but
Actually,
okay.
no, I mean, I think Jim hit the nail on the head. Like, our specialty is lawn care, the fertilization and weed control of lawns. That's where Jim spent his entire career.
Yep.
I mean, he's a plant scientist.
Okay.
Right? He has a turf management degree. He spent his time building golf courses, managing and creating healthy, weed-free grass environments. So that's our specialty.
Okay.
And then we also do landscaping projects as well.
Yeah.
So that's our focus right now.
Yeah, well, we're going to be calling you guys because we're going to need a little bit of help with our backyard in a couple months. What do you guys enjoy the most about transforming these outdoor spaces, or just the before and the after of like a lawn that was just beat up versus now it's looking beautiful? What's the most enjoyable part of that?
I think for me is that it's something like Brad taught me a long time ago, was like helping to solve people's problem and giving them back something that they've always been looking for is time.
Yeah.
Is truly like rewarding for me. So like I love problem solving. So if we go into a situation where it's either drainage or maybe they have tree issues, plant health issues, turf issues, whatever it is, like we can solve it for them and just kind of walk them through those steps.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of see like kind of a sigh of relief of just like, oh, okay, it's not a total waste. The amount of people that call us and say, I'm too embarrassed to show you my lawn or my yard or anything. I'm like, no, that's what we want to see.
Right.
I don't want you to take me along with
If you had it all figured out, you wouldn't need us.
Yeah,
We'd be out of business.
I don't want people to take us along with gardens and go make it look better. Like, you can't, because that's the best of the best.
Right.
So going in, hearing people's problems and issues, and one of the main things is time. Like we just don't have time to do it.
Sure.
Everybody's busy. We completely get it. But being able to draw out expectations for them and telling them, this is how long it's going to take. This is what it's going to look like. In 5 years, it's going to look like this. And kind of just doing all that for them, they kind of just get a sense of relief. And then being able to complete a project and have them just go, one of the best ones for us was they used the word, at least on our Google review, was that they brought our vision to life. And that right there, I mean, I don't even know.
So you're really listening into what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's at least that's the way I see it. That's
Yeah, I mean, I think I've realized through this job that maybe I have a touch more ADHD than I thought I did.
Okay.
Because going in and especially working on a landscape, you leave and it looks immaculate.
Right.
So that instant gratification of that is really fun. The lawn care side is a slower burn, and he gets all excited about the turf health and the chemistries, and I'm like, just tell me what to spray and where.
Yeah. Right.
But being able to walk away with a finished product, they can, a lot of times we're doing work when people are at work, and they pull in and it's boom, it's done. That's really cool.
Is that something that you guys are doing on a one-time thing, or is this people have a plan that's put together to maintain throughout the seasons?
So we do a lot of both, honestly. So with the lawn care, treating, fertilizing, and weeding control of the lawn, that's an annual program.
Okay.
And then we have annual programs where we'll go maintain landscape beds. So we'll keep it weed free, keep it trimmed up, and then the landscaping projects are usually one-off stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. Wow. So with that said, can you guys share a project that really a specific project that made a difference for you guys? Is there one that just really stands out as something really special?
Yeah, I think one. I mean, we had early on, and me sort of envisioning how we're going to acquire customers and who we're going to service. We had thought about, I have a lot of family in real estate agents, and I recognized that on a lot of times there's short time frames where a lot of work needs to be done. And the biggest knock on our industry and really all the home service industries is communication and timeliness. So we made a promise that, we're going to be incredibly responsive. We gave some sort of pre-formatted pricing for real estate agents and said, give us a call. We know you're on a tight deadline. We'll come out. We'll take care of it. Somebody called. They had a small townhome backyard in Havre de Grace. And, well, it wasn't a backyard. It was, quite frankly, it was dirt and dog urine. That's what it was.
Those darn dogs, man. I tell you
and
what.
It was they were listing it. It needed to go on the market in 8 days, and the agent was like, well, "What can we do?" And it's like, "Oh, we'll fix it. We'll sod it." We came in, and within a day, it was an immaculate backyard. So it was the timeliness, there was a deadline, it was a complete and total transformation. It wasn't by any means any of the hardest work that we do, but it had a huge impact in a quick time frame. It met a deadline. We sold the house like that.
I was going to say, when a buyer comes into a house, they often double and triple the amount that it costs to make those repairs. And if you just do it up front, it can actually make you more money than what you spend. So it's
absolutely
investment versus expense.
Right.
And the
time, right? I mean, if they had that backyard with, it looked like this table. It was it might have sat on the market a lot longer, but it was a fresh, brand new backyard. Yeah. They did.
You have nightmares?
We did say you need to keep the dogs off of the sod, and they didn't.
Oh no!
And then they called after they closed and said, "Can you fix it?" And it was about a third of the backyard that needed to be replaced. And we said, we can if you want. And she opted not to, but the job worked. House got sold. Yeah, but that was quick and easy and major impact.
Yeah, I think for me, it was the one. They contacted us back in January, so I went over there at mid-January. It's a younger couple. They have 2 young kids, and their backyard comes off of the patio and then just goes straight downhill. Not vertical, but not enough to where kids can play on it.
Yeah, sure.
They had 6 massive trees in the back, and that were right on the crest of the hill. And so we started talking in January. I went back out in February. We came up with different plans. They agreed on in March. They wanted to wait a little bit because they were selling their other home. So they had a lot of things in factor. So this project went from January, and we finally completed it in June.
Oh, wow.
And, that was the one where they said, you guys, our vision, you met our vision. That's what we wanted. But to see it from the transition of, a hill and large massive trees to now it's all sunny in the back. He said their girls would love playing on the flat ground that we've created for them.
Okay.
So just like that.
So you were able to level out some of that.
Yeah.
Some of that
brought
ground.
in a lot of soil.
Yeah.
Tamped it all down, brought in, I think it was over 15 or maybe 2,000 square feet worth of sod.
Yeah.
By the time it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But I guess what I keep going back to is from January 5th when that first phone call came in to completing the project at the end of June.
Yeah.
And just seeing how happy they were. It's like I know it's a long time period, and so we got to tighten that up a little bit, but we didn't want to rush them. We said there's plenty of time to do this type of work, whatever. We worked within their constraints and their timetable, and that's
Yeah, we did it. And
some people want it really, we need it done tomorrow, and other people's like, well, let's take some time. And
that's one thing that people don't do enough is do these projects in phases. They think they have to cut it off in one fell swoop, and we chunked it out into got the trees out, leveled it, sodded some later.
Yeah,
and it can be done over time. But that was a big project.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It hurt physically.
Still got the aches and the pains in the hips and the back. Yeah. What do you think are some of the common mistakes that homeowners are doing that they might be able to avoid if they just kind of kept up on it or?
I mean, like Jim can go into detail, but far and away when it comes to the lawn, it's timing. Okay. And he kind of touched on that. Like it by no means is any of this hard.
Yeah.
But it is the timing that's critical.
Okay.
Things like, ground temperature and applying the right product at the right time. Yeah. Which anybody can walk behind a broadcast spreader, but knowing what to use, yeah, you can kind of figure that out. But if you do it at the wrong time, you're wasting money. Yeah. And possibly making your problems worse. Right. So the thing, when it comes to lawn care, what people get wrong is timing. Okay. Almost every time.
For me, we're kind of coming out of it now, but like the dog days of summer, everybody's on vacations and they're running around and everything, and the temperatures are up, it's hot, it's humid, and they're like, well, we're gonna go away for a week, so I'm gonna mow it as low as I possibly can. And it's like the worst thing you could possibly do. Oh. Let it go. Just let your grass grow. It'll look so much better. Right. So cut it as high as you possibly can.
In the summer months.
In the summer months, like late June, July, and August. And that's what we did working on the golf course. Excuse me. When we worked on the course, there were a lot of things that we did every other day. There were certain things we couldn't do every other day. You had to do it every day for the golfers, but you just minimize that stress, and the grass actually ends up being healthier for you. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest ones for me. If it's lower than 3.5 inches, the grass in the summertime, it's like you're actually doing a disservice to your lawn.
Interesting.
As opposed to just let it go.
Yeah. How about like earlier in the year?
It recovers faster because cooler nights and everything like that. But again, we always kind of have the adage if you can stay at that 3.5 inch mark, everything's fine. And we tried it on our lawns too, where we've cut it. It was a couple weeks ago. I told him, I was like, I bumped it down just a little bit, just whatever, just trying to mess around with something. It just doesn't look good. And then the next week I mowed, I just moved it up a notch, and it's as if it was, they're all spring, just nice and green, no issues. So that'd be the one thing. The timing with products and materials. Yeah. If you're doing it yourself, and then on the other side, just the simple thing of not doing.
Is the products at something like these at these big box places like Scott's at Home Depot or whatever? I mean, is that good quality product for the grass, or is there something is there a trade secret that we don't know about that makes the lawn look beautiful?
I mean, I think the answer is you're probably better off doing something than nothing in most cases, but a lot of those products are. I think the best analogy is like you can go to Burger King and get a burger, and it's fine, and it's a burger, but you can make one at home and it's a way better burger. Yeah. Right. So like the products are fine. Okay. But there are way better products that, we have access to and that we can use, but you're better off doing something as long as it's appropriately timed than doing nothing. Yeah. But they're fine. He might have a much stronger opinion, but they're fine-ish.
Like a little bit of like the science behind things. Back in, I think it was like 21 or 22, we had a really, really warm February. Okay. So I'm going to put my glasses on, my geek glasses here for a minute, but I watch soil temperatures. I monitor soil temperatures because that dictates on a lot of different things, how things flower, how things grow, when things germinate. But in this particular case, in February, we were already getting temperatures in the 60s. Crabgrass germinates at like 53, 54 degrees.
Okay.
Cumulative. It's not just the minute it hits it, it's going to germinate.
Right.
Germinate, I should say. But I was at a Lowe's, and I was just kind of walking through, just doing some research, just trying to see some things. And they had this sale, this special of like, buy this product. It's a fertilizer, but it has prevention. There's a product called prodiamine on it. And prodiamine prevents weed seeds and prevents crabgrass from germinating. But that has to be down before the soil temperature hits that certain degree.
Oh.
So we're already over it. So people are like, hey, this is a sale. This is great. So they're going to go out and buy all that stuff. They're going to put it on their lawns. It's not going to work. Then they're going to be like, well, that product doesn't work. And it does.
Yeah.
We use it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily from there.
Right.
But we use the same active ingredients.
Yes.
But we just know we went out 3-4 weeks ahead of that time.
Gotcha.
So it's just because it's in a big box store and it says sale doesn't necessarily mean that's where you should go get it from.
Sure. If you could say that there's one simple tip that people could do to maybe one or two, I'll give you 3 at max.
I've got 5. Okay.
All right, I'm calling it 4. 3. Tips to boost your curb appeal as far as your landscaping is concerned. What's one or two things that people could do just right away to like really boost the appearance of their house?
I think one, and we've done several of these projects, is to take out things. We've had a lot of new home buyers or people that have bought in the last year call us up in the spring and summer and say, can you just rip all this out? Okay. And that's extreme. But most landscapes are installed and designed around when they're much smaller.
Right.
And then they grow and then they get overgrown.
Yes.
So just simply taking out some things makes a huge impact.
Okay.
And it doesn't require any landscape design or any thought about timing or products. But if you want to make your curb appeal, take a look back. Where is it too full? Where is it too much? Take some stuff out.
See, I try to do that, but then I get yelled at.
Well,
I try to take those plants out of the front bed, and she's shaking her head at me. She's shaking her head. She knows. Don't. Hey, if you're trimming out there, make sure you don't take out this and don't take out that and don't take out that. It's like we're left with nothing taken out.
Well, you heard it here. You can take a little out. No, but that's an easy impact. I think people think like, what can I add? What can I add?
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you take out and just give some space, that's huge impact right away.
Yep.
Yeah.
And along the same lines, basically, like just going in and pruning certain things and just getting it ready for detail. And one of the big ones we see is there's a lot of builder grade trees in some of these developments. And certain trees just need to be gone, but I also realize there's HOA issues that come in line with that. However, there's a lot of trees in front that take that facade off when you can't see it. So simply just lifting up the bottom limbs and then going actually through the limbs of the tree and just taking every other branch on like a main stem just thins the tree out and you can actually see more of the house.
Okay.
So by lifting it and thinning it, the house stands out more. And then when you do things like either ripping out shrubs or pruning shrubs and then just a fresh coat of mulch, it's instant impact. One of the curb appeal packages that we did for one of our realtors, it was right in springtime. So we went to our local nurseries that we use and we found things that are flowering and we just looked at some of the annuals and that wasn't in the scope of work, but we're like, oh, we need those. We just grabbed them and we put them in because it just made that impact. Now, whatever they did with it afterwards, that's on them. But at least it went from this kind of drab, can't really see it, to that tree being lifted up and just that pop of color, which I think really helped.
That's the first impression, especially when you're talking about selling a house. When buyers are coming up, it's like, do you want them already talking negative about your house and they haven't even entered the front door yet? You know,
and even if obviously most people do it themselves. We've even put and talked about putting like just potted plants, right? Like large decorative pots with some annuals in them just up on the front porch. Yeah. Like that's just a visual cue. It's color, it's quick, it's easy, it's not permanent. You can take it with you when you sell the house if you want.
Yeah.
Staging the front.
Staging the front. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. What's other than that small townhouse yard up in Havre de Grace? What's the craziest thing that you guys have ever come across while you're?
I should have saved that story.
It was the one and the only. Sorry.
I don't know that we've had like a lot of crazy. I don't know. Can you think of anything? Yeah. I mean, that one was kind of wild. I mean, you're like stepping in.
Yeah,
that was pretty gross.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only and it's more of, and we actually just walked on this the other day. It was more of our mistake than it was, anything, crazy with a client or whatever. But it was a decent sized property. Brought us in to treat the property, and he's truly invested in getting his lawn, and not just the front side or the back. He wants his entire 3 acres taken care of. He's like, I just want it to look like a golf course, and that's where Brad came in and did his thing.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're
talking about his Pine Valley experience, right?
So we're on this gentleman's property, and we're spraying, and it's a large property. I'm constantly going back and having to fill back up and doing these applications. And there was an instant where like I thought I may have had a skip, but I wasn't quite sure. I had a skip. Let me just go back over and retreat what I just treated, because now you're putting too much product down. So you're like, okay, now it's a waiting game.
Yeah.
So we let our client know, like, we want to stop back out, regardless whether I thought I made a mistake or not. We were going to stop back out in 2 weeks just to check the progress, and that was yesterday or the day before. And we walked out. He met us outside. We weren't even out of the truck yet. He met us outside, and he goes, first of all, we pulled around the corner, and there's all this brown, which is great because it's all the weeds that were dying.
Okay.
I was super excited.
Okay.
So
he saw brown.
Figure out what he was thinking, but I was super excited. So we pulled up, and we got out of the truck. He came out. He goes, "This is exactly what I was expecting," and I'm extremely happy. He's like, "There's one spot I just need to ask your guys a question. It may be a skip." And I mean, it couldn't have been any straighter of a line. I mean, it looked like a runway. You could probably see it from a plane.
Just this bright green, untreated turf around all this coordinated death. And he's like, not so much here, not so much here, but right here. And Jim's like, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, go take care of it.
We're gonna head out and take care of that. But it was kind of like a blessing in disguise for me. And I think even for Brad too, because he actually got to fully see it. Because had that not happened, and everything, everything's fine. We wouldn't have to go back out there today. But that kind of, it proves a point to us, proves a point to the client, and it also proves that we're going to take care of it. There's no rush. Whenever you get back to it, it's like, well, things have to fall in place for us in order to do aeration and overseeding. So we need to take care of this tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow to take care of it. And it's just. It was a good thing.
I think the other, like, when you talk about crazy, I just think, I'm new to this industry, right? Like I had several different lives before this, but there's one common through point in any kind of business and sales, but expectations sometimes are crazy. Okay. And I'm sure you guys run into it.
Sure.
Like, I want to list this for $1.65 million. Like we could, but it won't sell.
Right.
And you get some of these expectations where it's like, you guys are going to come out once, you're going to do a treatment on the lawn, and it's going to be amazing, right? And it's going to cost $18. I'm like,
right.
No, none of that's going to happen.
No?
It's a process.
Oh, okay. It's a process.
Yeah. Okay. But I think the expectations, like people, I guess, and it's good because they don't have an understanding of what it takes to, they have a picture in their head of what they want it to look like. And I'm like, look, this is going to, in some cases, it's going to be 18 months, 24 months, because you're in bad shape.
Do you try to set that expectation?
Yes, 1,000%. Because that's because we're building this and priding ourselves on communication.
Right.
Not just timely communication, but honest and thorough communication. Like this is going to take time.
Yeah.
And we can fix it. And it's that intersection of expectations and budget, right? Like if you want your lawn to look like Pine Valley, I know a guy. Right. It's just going to cost a lot of money.
Right.
So we have to temper expectations with the budget and lay a clear plan of, 6 months we'll see this, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. In 36 months, you might not even need us.
Right.
The hard work's been done.
Right. What do you guys, as business owners now, but the behind the business type stuff, what do you feel is your greatest challenge right now as business owners?
I think, kind of carrying on the last point, I think it's pricing. Like when you try to structure, like where is the market price? I mean, you guys are obviously familiar with that. Where is the market sitting?
Yep.
What can we do in that price and still run a smart business?
Right.
And again, I said it before, why Jim might not have been a great employee is because he wants to do so much. He knows the right way to do it.
Yes.
And I'm like, hold up, fella. That's a lot of money you want to put down there. That's not really in the
string them back in there, buddy.
Yeah, it's not exactly in the scope of here. I do a lot of like, what's in the tank? Put in there. Is that the good stuff?
That's right.
But I think pricing, right? It's finding that balance, making sure we can run a business that's sustainable and lasting, right? Like we're building this for the long haul, right?
Yes.
Like this is our retirement plan.
Yeah.
We're building this hopefully, 5, 10, 15, 20 years to exit this. Like we want to build a real brand and a real business.
Right.
So figuring out that balance of pricing where we can build a lasting business, but also get the work that we need to kind of survive right now. That's been for me the biggest challenge of running the business part of it.
And I think I guess it falls in the same line with pricing, but consistency. I just want to stay consistent, and without becoming complacent. So I want to be able to make sure that whether it's the smallest project of ripping out 3 bushes and maybe putting back 3 or 4 or 5 to a full scale, where we use our contracting partners too, like putting in pools and putting in hardscapes and all that. Like we want to be able to make sure that there's consistency in between.
Yeah.
So without losing sight of what the client's end goals are.
And that's such a balance. That I think that's constantly moving. You know, what's too much, what's too little. And trying to find that balance in between.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, a couple last fun questions here for you. All right. I don't know how fun they are. I mean, we're talking about grass here, folks.
Welcome to my life.
Right.
He's
like, all right, let's go. What
How much more time do we have?
What's your favorite plant or tree?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, whatever's green. That's okay. I'm on the other side of the business. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm as Marcy would know, I'm a huge fan of crepe myrtles.
Okay.
Because I think over the last, I'd say maybe 10 years or so, they've been able to survive up here. It's a southern plant.
Okay.
So, and yes, I know we're warming a bit, and that's a conversation for another day.
Right.
However, they've been able to make it through the winters up here. So that's, I would say by far that's probably my favorite tree per se. And then we live on some property as well that's all full sun. So to have a full stand of there's a certain grass type, it's called turf type tall fescue.
Okay.
When you get a full stand of that, it's just from afar, it's just a perfect shade of green.
Okay.
It's durable, drought tolerant, disease resistant. It's just when all those things match.
Yeah.
It's
a beautiful thing. It's getting so excited over there.
Yeah.
All right. Mulch or rock?
I'm mulch.
You're mulch.
Yeah.
And any specific color of mulch?
Anything but red.
Anything but red. You're so adamant about that.
We don't do red.
Sorry, all you red mulch loving people. Sorry, you agree on that?
Red, we know some other companies.
Wow. So it's either brown or black.
Yeah, or natural.
Yeah.
Or natural.
Or natural.
Okay.
We've done. I even one year I did pine straw at my house, which was really cool and a disaster and a mess. But when I put it down, it looked cool.
Yeah.
But I also have I have pea gravel in my house. But if you're doing a landscape, like if you do like a good black mulch, like it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
When you put down that mulch, are you supposed to take up the old mulch, or can you just lay it right over top?
I'll let the expert answer, but I think it depends.
So for me, we can pull up to a job site and I can tell if you used bag mulch or if you used a supplier's mulch. If they're like the really big shards of wood and stuff like that, we'll pull that off because that's not going to break down.
Okay.
You want to use where we source our products from. It's a triple shredded mulch. You want it to break down because that's ends up being food for microorganisms and for the plant, and it's just better for the environment. But obviously, if people are changing colors, then we'll pull that other color out.
Sure.
But I think in all, it's every landscape is different when you get up onto it, because there's some places that are really thin that you haven't mulched in a while. Other places maybe it's been pushed up against the house, and now you're talking 6 inches. You want to pull that stuff out.
Right.
So, but the biggest key is to get the biggest chunks out of there, so that the new mulch that goes down has an easier time to break down.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
That was more of a personal question.
Who knew?
If you guys had the opportunity to have your own dream backyard, what would you do to your own backyards?
thank God Marcy's not here.
Marcy,
I think
this
our
is where you
wives-
chime in the comments.
I think our wives would have different answers.
Whatever you say, honey.
right,
That's what
right.
the right answer is.
Can I call her real quick?
You're on the hotline.
I mean, I think, a pool's awesome, but I love like a big timber frame sort of like pavilion gazebo kind of thing, like an outdoor living space kind of away from the house that just feels like you have expansive property. It's just a little getaway, a little, Jim likes to call it, a little oasis in the backyard that you can get away. That's where it's at for me.
Okay. How about you?
I think for us, at least in the house that we're in now, to be able to come down off the steps and then be able to like walk out into a pool area that's well landscaped on the outside, and being able to have I guess kind of like, not necessarily gazebo, but kind of like what Brad was talking about, but I like to have an outdoor kitchen.
Okay.
Because the way our lives are and running around, as you guys know, with kids' sports and school and everything, to be able to go, hey, we're eating outside tonight, and to kind of force everybody to get outside, it breaks the norm.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I mean, it's twofold. You're outside, you're enjoying nature, and at the same time, you're like, oh my God, I got the whole family together. It's just, somebody take a picture, because it doesn't really happen that much.
I know, right?
So yeah, so landscape and everything blending together, and then obviously, having family be a part of that.
Yeah.
Is the thing for me.
Man.
What about you?
We are actually working on that right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we just signed a contract. We'll be putting a pool in our backyard.
Nice.
This has been a 20-year dream in the making.
Nice.
It's a little complicated because our backyard has a little bit of slope, so there's going to be some extra landscaping, retaining wall, stuff like that. But we'll need to dress that up a little bit after everything is done. So if you know anybody,
Maybe we'll loiter in the office.
There's a company called Paramount Turf that could potentially help.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're very excited about that. So
Very cool.
Yeah. If people would love to have your services to seek out whatever they need, how can people connect with you guys?
Easiest way is ParamountTurf.com. We're Paramount Turf Co. on all the socials, so you can follow us, reach out there. But go to the website. Our phone number's on the website. You can submit a request form. We get those. We call you right away. Cool. We do our best to come out within 24 hours if we need to come out, and get you a quote within 24 hours. So
Yeah.
And you can always call us, 410-205-9111.
There it is, up on the screen as it is right here. See that? See that right there? Thank you, Drew. All right. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We love
It's fun.
promoting local businesses, but even more important, it's introducing people to others that are really just making a genuine difference in the lives of others. And Amy met you and knew you through our kids and all that stuff. And these are the kind of people that we're trying to really promote and put out there for our community, because it's a great community, and people need to know more about people like you guys. So thank you so much.
Well, we appreciate it very much. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Folks, please connect with them. Also connect with us on social media at the Markland Advantage on all your social platforms. Subscribe to us on YouTube, please, because we're trying to grow that, and we've hit a lull of trying to get over 2,500. We're just there, but we need to get another subscription or two. So
Well, you got 2 more today.
well, there you go. Please subscribe to us. Thanks for joining us today. If you liked it, please share it and help these guys out as well. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. Until next time, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tim.
Yep. Did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead. Click it.